I don't know why I'm always so impressed with Jeeps. Like it's it's the worst multi-tool for the job. Yeah. The best worst multi-tool for the job. We were telling the Toyota guy that we met on the top of Flagpole Knob. He goes, "Oh, it looks like you're in a Jeep." I'm like, "Yeah." The problem with Jeeps though is they're
perfect at doing everything. They're not
perfect at doing
anything.
Yeah. All right, guys. Now that we're recording again, I did the same thing we did when we had Big Boy EDC here. Welcome back to being back to the Dirt Drive podcast. I'm Tim, sitting here joined by Tom. What's up, Tom?
What's up?
What's up?
Feeling better.
2 weeks ago we did an awesome trip with Terra Overland to the George Washington National Forest for Memorial Day. Beat around the woods a little bit. I took the first Wrangler that I've ever technically owned.
Fair.
Four-wheeling.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome trip. Little fat boy and little man.
Fat boy and little man.
Fat boy's the diesel, little man's the two-door.
Two-door.
And we were packed down with wives and dogs.
Yep.
You had Rusty.
Yeah, we were pretty heavy that trip.
We were deep. Yeah. I had both my dogs, Willow and Odin, in the back of the two-door with a cooler, with a fucking Taj Mahal tent that's like 200 square feet. And
your poor wife extremely hungover from the party the night before.
Yeah, that went away after we got breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Not breakfast, but we stopped at the gas station and she got her little
donut
treats or whatever.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, that was a much needed stop. She was miserable that morning because we partied with.
Well, it was funny because she had texted Carrie when you guys pulled into base camp that morning. Like she was reclined all the way back. Carrie goes, "I thought Mackenzie was coming." It's like, didn't she just text you that they were like almost here? She's like, yeah. I was like, so I'm sure she's in there somewhere.
That was a nice drive, though. We came down 340 the whole way.
That's how I came. I went down to him today. Was 340, like 211.
I'm surprised you didn't come back up that way. Didn't think of it.
In my mind, 81 was going to be faster. Yeah. Because, like, their house is a little bit further northeast from base camp.
Do you do all their service at the house?
Yeah, because he's got a nice, like,
nice.
Nice big garage up at the house. But yeah, it's a little further east. So I was like, I could, because it's like 211 out to 81 there. Yeah. And I was like, I'll just shoot up 81. And then like I ended up using backwards to get around whatever the traffic was and back on 81. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, base camp. That was my first time going to base camp. Base camp was nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what he does with it more. He's got all of his he's got like a little obstacle course set up, his sea container, his camper, and all that stuff. That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Saw Alpha and Bravo.
Yep.
Looking forward to seeing the rest of his fleet that he's going to have coming here soon.
Hopefully.
Have you heard more about that?
Yeah, they're expecting everything to be finalized like in 3 weeks or so.
Nice.
So hopefully it's less than that for them. But I mean they're slammed right now. Like I think both are booked all weekend again.
Nice.
This weekend coming up.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to peel away with them and actually like enjoy the woods and not work. And actually he had me, as soon as we got up Flagpole, because he was guiding his tour.
We kind of piggybacked a tour.
As soon as he got up Flagpole, he's like, all right, Tim, I'm done working.
Yeah.
You know where we're going, because me and him prepped the trip on Tuesday before we left. I called him. We FaceTimed. He walked me through Gaia. And as I'm using Gaia more, I love Gaia. I had Freddie download it today for our Cove trip coming up this weekend. Okay. Because he was using Maprika. Yeah. Apparently Maprika doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Really?
So all of my Cove files that I have for Gaia, I color-coded and I sent them to Freddie this morning. But using Gaia was awesome. Marked campsites. From the last time we were out, we explored campsites. We called the two-door the Roverlander.
I still got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. He was telling me it was gone.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
We would send the rover out
deploying the Roverlander.
Yep.
Go up mountain trails that didn't really exist to campsites that used to be there. Mackenzie got mad at me. She's like, "You're pinstriping my Jeep." I'm like, "My Jeep." But
it's also white, so you won't see the pinstripes. You're good.
But we're trying to find a nice camp spot. And that one that I went up, that I had to turn around that the trees were down on.
Yeah.
That would have been really nice. It just looks like it hadn't been maintained at all.
Maybe one day we make that the honey hole. We go clean it up and mark it.
My Milwaukee Weed Whacker folds.
I got my cordless Harbor Freight one.
There you go. You got a Harbor Freight Weed Whacker?
Yeah, the Atlas 40 volt.
Nice.
Works. It's great. Carrie likes it. She doesn't because our gas Echo doesn't run for shit.
Yeah, mine too.
Anyway, we digress.
No, it's overlanding. You carry a Weed Whacker with you when you're overlanding.
Oh my god, we're gonna start a trend now. We're gonna start seeing them strapped to the people's bed racks and shit. That's actually a good bit. We should do that. Anyway,
overlanding.
Yes. Yeah, we still need to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I need my lawnmower to finally die so I can rebuild it and buy another one.
No, you just buy another one and then make the old one the.
Yeah, I need something on it to break first to justify me buying a new one, so I can fix the old one for $100.
Kind of what we do, though.
Fair.
Break it, off-road it. like the BMW that's now sitting in my driveway.
Jesus Christ.
I'm on the fence about making that a gambler car just for shits and giggles, because that'd be a hell of a gambler.
That would
car.
be fun.
Twin turbo straight six. That'd be.
Is it all-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Is it all-wheel drive?
It is all-wheel drive.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming up in another episode very soon.
To be determined. We're going to have to find a motor for it, but that's...
I thought it just needed a turbo.
Yeah. I don't know yet.
No, it's fine.
Anyway. But yeah, so for me, the highlight of the trip was the maiden voyage for the truck.
The Toverlander?
And the skinny guy.
Yeah.
In its relatively stock form.
Relatively, that is 100% stock with all-terrain tires.
And a camper,
yeah. Or mud-terrain tires.
Yeah, no, they're all-terrains officially. Okay.
They're very muddy. They're very muddy terrainy.
They're hybrid.
Oh, they're very mud terrain.
They're very quiet on the highway, though.
That's good.
That's why I love them. I mean, they're the old the ATZ P3s that they discontinued. But yeah, I get why the overlanding world doesn't do full-size diesel pickups.
Yeah. I also get why they don't do two-door Jeeps.
Yeah. I think the part that I struggle with about it, the whole thing, is I say that, and I think I only dragged the frame twice in the whole thing. Right? So we're talking about a stock truck here.
Yeah.
I didn't drag the bumper.
Stock truck, no lift.
No lift. I don't even have the keys cranked on it. It is and with the weight in the camper, it's lowered, if anything. I know of the two places I dragged frame from a breakover angle standpoint, but I don't think I had any departure angle issues, and I don't think I had any approach angle issues.
Yeah. Well, we also did the hardest trail in Virginia, which is Flagpole Knob. So
second hardest trail.
What's the hardest trail?
Potts Mountain. Everybody knows that.
Oh.
Which I honestly would not.
I thought it'd be Peters Mill. I thought Peters Mill would be the hardest.
No, Peters Mill is the hardest fire road in Virginia.
Got it.
It's a road. I still go back and forth because I like, for me, what I want to do more overlanding is going places overlanding.
Correct.
More so than running specific trails.
More of the adventure stuff.
However, my hesitation now with building out the truck as the Toverlander is if we go places we don't know and we get into the sticky situation.
It's massive and nothing can recover it.
It is a fat bitch.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, you would need what's the rule?
1.5
times.
Yeah, so I
need 17,000.
Yeah, 17 to 20,000. So
my 9,500 pound.
Right. So now we're talking. I gotta buy a $2,000 winch
and a $2,000 bumper to mount the winch.
Nah, I just build it. But yeah, but it becomes a lot more work.
Yeah,
and I think to overcome the breakover angle problem, the lift is going to take it away from being a useful truck.
Because that's going to need 6 inches of lift probably,
and 37s, at least. And that's getting, in my mind, ridiculous.
And that's just to clearance the frame. That's not for anything else other than clearancing the frame.
Yeah, I think if I wanted to be comfortable, if we got into a rock trail or like a Potts Mountain type situation where I wanted to have the capability to do it, it it very quickly becomes not a tow rig.
Yeah.
This isn't a knock at full-size trucks. Like, I still...
Well, full-size trucks that are used for just being full, not towing. Right. If you've got a 1500 crew cab short bed,
yes,
great truck.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what I like.
Great truck if you're fine with pinstriping, because your truck has stripes all over it.
Actually, after it cleaned up, it was a lot of the dust being dragged. Yeah, it's not actually as like gouged as it looked in the dirt. And that's like that may be the route I go. I may go like Nissan Frontier, Tacoma route. I don't know yet.
So if anybody knows someone looking for a 6.5 foot skinny guy, we have one for sale.
It's always been for sale, but it is for sale. We'll make you a great deal on it. It is very lightly used.
One trip.
2
nights. It's got 2 nights in it.
Yep. The CO detector does work. I don't know if you guys heard that in camp that morning.
No, we did.
It was pouring rain, and I didn't want to get out to make my coffee, so I fired up the burner, started making my coffee.
Didn't open the door.
Fun fact, you should open the windows even in a tent if you're
cooking.
But shout out to Skinny Guy and their
safety.
Their strive to be safe. They have a working CO detector, and it let us know. Probably us and Sean said he didn't hear it.
Oh, I
don't know. I don't know how the fuck he didn't hear it.
We were outside of the tent. That's how we heard it.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, you would have heard it in your tent. It was loud.
Oh no, we got thick walls in our tent.
It was loud.
The Taj Mahal.
It was loud.
It was very loud.
It was super loud.
Yeah.
But that being said, pouring rain, I stayed bone dry. So I ended up sleeping pretty good. It took me a while to fall asleep because, like,
how'd your pregnant wife sleep?
She slept good.
That's good.
Honestly, the comfort wasn't the issue. We had the heaviest raindrops on the face of the planet because you guys had the same issue.
Yeah, they were tree raindrops. It was raining onto the trees, and it was building up on the leaves, and then it was raining again.
So that was loud, but I eventually fell asleep and slept like a baby.
Mackenzie said, "This is why we're never going to get a tin roof." Yeah. I'm like, that sound of raindrops hitting stuff puts me to sleep. It relaxes me.
If it's a gentle rain, yes, and that's the thing. Like for me, it was like. I think I fell asleep when the rain let up and the drops lightened.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was like something was falling on the tent. Like there were squirrels in the trees throwing just acorns at us all night. It was so loud. That was Carrie's only complaint. I mean, the dog slept comfortably in it, and like there's
enough for 2 people and the dog on the bed.
Oh yeah,
nice.
I mean, for Tent Mahal, like, I know you can pretty much stand up and move around in Tent Mahal. Like,
yeah, my 200 square foot ground tent.
Yeah. I will say that the Skinny Guy has ruined all rooftop tents for me. I will probably never buy a rooftop tent. I would rather buy a big ground tent.
Yeah.
Or a Skinny Guy. like being able to just like basically step out of bed and like stand up, get dressed, wash your hands, and make a cup of coffee without having to leave your tent. It's really
the thing that got me with the rooftop tent over the ground tent was the rooftop tent puts away so much easier in the rain.
Yeah.
I had to roll the tent. I had to roll everything, put it back in the bag, pack the Jeep. But
man, I guess I'm just gonna have to stick with my Skinny Guy camper now.
Oh no!
Oh, how terrible!
No, I do see myself getting, if we continue doing these like multi-day trips.
Yeah,
that's where the ease of the rooftop comes in. But the Taj Mahal is big enough. It's too big for my family.
Yeah,
but my other tent is too small for my family.
Right.
So that's why we took that one. But I mean, it packed nice. Like the only thing I was missing in my setup was I had my cooler. My cooler was a quarter full.
Yeah.
All it has in it was beer and sandwiches. So the only thing I was missing was something to cook on.
Yeah.
Which I have at home. We could have easily been out for multiple days.
If we were out west where we couldn't have a campfire, like we would have been fine.
Yeah.
Either whether you brought your burner or like Sean had the scuttle, Skinny Guy's got a burner. Like we all could have easily like cooked one bit of dinner and been perfectly fine.
Yeah, I called when I got down there. I'm like, hey, Sean, do you have a trasharoo? I'll buy a trasharoo from you. He goes, no, I don't have a trasharoo, but you can buy a scuttle. I'm like, 2 very different things at 2 very different prices.
Yeah. Also, I
think I'd like the scuttle.
I hate the scuttle.
Didn't work for pancakes. But it technically did work for pancakes because we used the scuttle just with the cast iron on top.
But again, like that defeats the purpose of the scuttle. Like, because here's the thing. I'm sure it's one of those things I could learn to love it. I could use it and understand it better. It's just, it just doesn't.
It's going to take practice.
Well,
just like the flat iron. What's it called? The Blackstone.
Blackstone
that Trevor has. That takes practice to learn how to use, right? With heat and everything.
But it's a simpler. It's a shallower learning curve.
Yes,
like
it doesn't have the heat zones and all that shit.
Like the whole thing with the scuttle for me is like we were trying to make the pancakes, right? So we put a little butter on it, lubricate everything, and then all the butter goes right to the middle because it's sloped. It's the hottest section. So now you just have burnt butter, a butter puddle in the middle of the scuttle.
Then you do a burnt butter pancake.
And you can't, well, you're not going to float your pancake in that. So you put your pancake off to the side. Now that also runs down to the middle because it's sloped. Liquid. So now you have a pancake in two different heat zones that you can't flip. And the other spot is now no longer lubricated because all the butter ran to the middle.
Yeah.
And now you go to flip your half a pancake.
Well, maybe
one side's burnt, one side's not cooked, and the uncooked side is stuck to the pan on top of that.
I imagine it'd probably be better for eggs and bacon. Maybe we're not doing pancakes next time on the scuttle.
But it has to be scrambled eggs. You couldn't do a runny egg on it. You'd crack an egg right onto the fucking scuttle, right down to the middle.
Fair.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like if you, I would, at this point, I would rather take the little fucking tiny camp burner and put a cast iron on it.
Yeah. Yeah, just the camp burner from the scuttle.
Which you can buy separately. Like you don't have to buy the scuttle to do that.
Yeah, just get it's just the base of a Jetboil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which don't buy the Jetboil brand because it's still $300.
Yeah, and like
just buy there's some knockoff brand that I saw at the hiking. It's like $65. Yeah. And then you just do the 1 pound per pans and you can cook for probably a few days.
And they have like the stoves that are like the little tripod and everything. Like that way you don't have to stand there holding the fucking cast iron with your fire gloves on when I have to flip
like an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, we made it work, but like I think the scuttle's overrated. Yeah. Like it's good if you're making stir fry and you're in no rush. Because the thing does not get hot enough to cook anything. Like the first time I used it, the first trip out with Terra Overland, I tried to make the cheesesteaks on it, and it took like a half hour to cook steakums. Like
we did cheesesteaks. Sean was so disappointed with our cheesesteaks being from Philly.
Yeah,
steakum cheesesteaks with shredded sharp cheddar, mild cheddar cheese.
Listen, my wife loves cheddar cheese
on hoagie rolls.
If you tell my wife we're putting cheese on anything, it will be shredded.
I'm Mexican cheese.
Yeah, but that's like her go-to cheese. Like
the 4-cheese Mexican.
Had I thought ahead well enough, I would have been like, "Hey, babe, get some provolone with the steakums." Right? Like we could have made real, but like I just said, "Hey, we're gonna do cheesesteaks." She went to the grocery store, came back with steakums and shredded cheese. It worked. We at least got onions, and had, like we the mambo sauce
that was good.
The mambo sauce was clutch.
We didn't eat poorly.
No, we were perfectly fine. But
it took us a while to figure out how to eat because I couldn't get the cast iron right on the fire because we cooked the first night or the only night we
literally instead of pulling the coals out, you literally put the pan in the fire and I had to cook in smoke.
That's fine. You'll learn.
That's not how that works. You're supposed to build the coals. That way you can keep your fire.
This was only my second overlanding trip. I'm used to.
It's not your first. It's not your second camping trip.
I'm used to camp kitchens and all this shit.
We're used to having Trevor cater.
Boy Scouts and all.
Trevor caters.
Yep. I'm learning. I'm learning.
You're right. I'll give you that.
It was a good trip though. I realized that my plan for the 2-door is exactly what the 2-door needs. It is not overdone. We came to the conclusion that we're going to do a roof basket instead of the platform rack from Rhino Rack.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to put a rooftop tent up there.
Yep.
And if I'm going to put something on the roof, what's easier than a basket? You just put a bungee strap over it and it's good to go.
Pretty much.
So I'm buying Burns's basket.
Oh, okay.
And his canopy.
Nice.
$100.
Nice.
Great deal.
I think Brian was supposed to pick the X up today, actually.
Yeah.
I think did that happen?
No, he had the wrong name put on the certified banker's check.
Oh, Jesus.
So he had to go back to the bank and get the right name put on the certified banker's check. Tell me something more about Brian. That's the most Brian thing I've ever heard. I saw Burns in the office. He goes, "Fucking idiot, your friend." I'm like, "What happened? First of all, which friend? Because you got to clarify."
Was it the one that left his fucking oil filter cap off?
That's also
like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Or that's one of our other idiot friends.
All of our friends are idiots. I don't think we're excluded from the idiot friends. Though. We're also the idiot friends.
We are also the idiot friends. They're not here to defend themselves.
Exactly.
So.
But yeah, so I'm getting the roof basket and the canopy. And the nice thing is, so with what I want to do with the two-door is the mobile podcast studio.
Yep. The
canopy is the one with legs.
Yep.
So if we want to do videos, I can get 2 GoPros and just strap into the legs and cross. Yep. So I can do a multi-cam podcast with my gull wing door.
Nice.
I was hoping I'd have something on it by the time I go to the race up in the Ultra 4 race up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I think if anything, I'll just have the roof rack on it. I'll probably still have the same tires.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford tires by then.
Yeah, so you're just gonna do gutter mounts for the rack for now?
No, I'll just do it's $680, $700 for the Reiner.
But if you just go with gutter mounts for now, then you can get good tires that aren't dry rotted and 10 years old.
Yeah, but then I have to replace that. And I spent $200 on something that's not permanent.
Have you looked at the Chinesium gutter mount roof?
I'm just gonna get the right. I'm gonna get the right stuff the first time.
Okay.
And if it comes down to it, I may just buy the tires first. I don't know what I'm gonna get first. It's either gonna be the tires or the roof rack. But that being said, it doesn't need any of it because it performs so well. Like, I don't know why I'm always so impressed with Jeeps. Like it's the worst multi-tool for the job. Yeah. The best worst multi-tool for the job. We were telling the Toyota guy that we met on the top of Flagpole Knob. He goes, "Oh, it looks like you're in a Jeep." I'm like, "Yeah, the problem with Jeeps though is they're
perfect at doing everything. They're not
perfect
at doing anything."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know it's going to break down.
Yeah.
Since Mackenzie's been driving it, if I had to pay for labor, I would have $3,500 in the Jeep.
Sure.
Just in parts and labor.
Yeah.
And that's just from daily driving it for
that's how I pay my mortgage.
Not good at anything, great at everything.
Right. It's so good at being off-roady that like you can't take it out of the conversation.
Yeah.
And like I agree, it's not the best cargo space, but there's so much stuff available.
Another thing that I figured out, I don't know if I told you this or not, but watching Sean in his, is that a Rubicon that he has?
Yeah.
His 4-door Rubicon loaded with people. So the 2-door with the back seat out has more cargo space than a 4-door with a full crew of people in there.
Right.
Which I didn't realize. Like the back space and with the seat out, is so much space back there.
Yeah.
And if you do a roof rack and everything,
it's 2 seats.
Yeah, but how often are you actually out in the woods with 4 people?
Well, some people are.
Yeah.
You're not.
I don't have that many friends.
Right. Well, no, all your friends have their own vehicles.
For now. Yeah.
No,
if they don't, they're not coming.
Yeah.
Trevor did tell me that he might be coming with me next weekend or this weekend to the Blue Mountain Jeep Alliance thing.
Oh, nice.
That'd be fun.
He does need to get out.
He does. It's been a while since I've had some nice alone time. No homo with Trevor.
No, it's all homo.
Oh, homo.
That's all homo.
Straight homo. I don't think he knows. I got to talk to him. I got to send him a text message and let him know what hours he's going to be away from home, though. I don't think he knows that I'm going to be away from my house for probably 12 hours, which means he's going to be away from his house for, leave it 7:30, 7:45.
Okay.
Wheel till 4.
Yeah.
Then we're going to record a podcast with the Blue Mountain Jeep Alliance guys.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, if he meets you out at the Cove.
Yeah, if he meets me out there. Yeah, that's a little different. But if he rides with me from my house.
Yeah.
Which is better, like fuel economy, I don't know, save the earth, maybe something like that.
Our hobby is so far from that.
It is. But, I plan on being away from the house for like 12 hours on Saturday.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to record at the Cove.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Noel and Chris. Yeah. And the new President Barry.
Nice.
Who I've been talking back and forth with.
Yeah.
He seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good trip.
Recap of the day. And yeah, that's going to be a really fun trip. Freddie's coming out. He's bringing his buddy Trevor. which is the one that wants to come to Hammers with us.
Yeah.
So
we really got to figure that trip out.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Yeah,
we're
it's sooner than later.
6 months away potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when our next overland trip is going to be. What are your takeaways? Are you need a smaller truck? And need a less diesel truck.
I need a lighter truck. Like my biggest concern, I mean, that truck has tie rod and CV issues to begin with.
Yeah, it's a Duramax. They all have those.
Right. And like you can just feel the weight of that engine over your front end as you're going over bumps.
Yeah. Those torsion bars aren't happy doing all this.
Yeah. Like I'd be curious. I may do it just for my own entertainment. I may still do a coilover lift kit.
Just do the plow truck and tow rig thing.
But because
the torsion bars ride really well with the trailer on the back, and it loaded with a trailer, it rides so good.
But the torsion bars also don't like the weight of the plow.
Fair.
So like doing the coilover.
Dude, you're spending so much money on a plow truck at that point.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be my tow rig. It's just not gonna be my tow overlander. It's just gonna be my tow rig.
Okay.
That way, because that's the thing is like if I keep that truck as a work truck essentially, right, to haul shit and be my plow truck, then that really opens up my overland options.
Yeah.
And like with the kid coming and everything, there's definitely a need for
a crew cab something, a nice crew cab something.
Yeah, where like. You know, like we're going to New Jersey this weekend just for the baby shower, and like we're going to take the Kia, but we load the dog in it, and like based on the amount of crap we had to bring home from the local baby shower, which basically filled my truck. It's like, is the Kia enough? This week, we'd like to thank our partner over at Rocktrix Wheels. Rocktrix has been independently manufacturing parts and accessories for the off-road industry for well over 10 years. Rocktrix offers the best, high-quality, high-strength aluminum wheels for all your off-road needs. You can use Dirt Drive, that's Dirt Drive, for 5% off your entire order on the website. You can find their website linked in today's show notes. Thank you, Rocktrix, for supporting today's show, and thanks to all of our listeners for supporting companies that support us.
Joints no longer functioning like they used to? Struggling to perform even in the lightest of loads? Do you fall short of expectations? You may be suffering from DD. Driveshaft dysfunction. Call Adams Driveshaft to get your shaft fixed up right and back in the game, the off-road game. Their high-quality shafts and attention to detail is second to none. That's if you want a Woody. Call Adams or go online to use your discount code DIRTDRIVE for 15% off your order.
Roof rack.
Yeah, that's
right. Run a rack on the Kia.
That's why I said Kara wasn't for it.
Doesn't go for it. Okay.
No, she doesn't want to make it off-roady.
But it isn't like an off-road package.
Yeah. I know.
Center locking diff, dude.
Center locking diff, all-wheel drive. Throw some AT trails on it. Little roof basket. It's already got the rails. Like
solid.
It's Frody.
Dirt
nerd. We're going dirt nerd.
We can do that, and the Santa Fe will do an overlanding trip. A mom's overlanding trip.
Oh my god, it's epic! I love it. They can follow us in their momverlanders while we're moverlanding.
They'll have to be in front because if they're behind us, they'll get dust and rocks all over their cars, and they won't like that. Yeah. What else? So the skinny guy did great.
The skinny guy was the highlight of the trip. I mean, I've been sold on him for a while. I'm definitely sold on him now. I mean, I'm biased on the sales side of things, but like even if we weren't their dealer, I'd be trying to figure out.
Yeah, well, we liked them from the moment we met them at Overland Expo,
and like,
was like
the product is perfect for our philosophy of camping. Like, it's enough without being too much.
Yeah,
like it gives you RV capabilities without having to haul a trailer, be 10 feet tall, weigh 2,000 pounds. Like I'll be the first to tell you it's a glorified tent, but that's what makes it perfect.
Yeah.
Like, if it was anything more, it'd be too much.
Yeah, the one thing I was disappointed about with our trip is... Oh, my foot's cramping, like, really bad. Ooh, that hurts. What the hell did I do? Was the rain. It's still doing it. Oh! Was the rain because we didn't get to run the BDR back home. I was really looking forward to running the BDR from like, Todd Lake to... we weren't gonna. We had the plan to go to Harper's Ferry and just peel off when we wanted to.
I think that'd be a fun trip to. Like we were talking about at breakfast to start at Harper's Ferry.
Yeah, and come down and see Sean.
And go like just because there's a loop that I saved on Gaia a few years ago, like when I first really started looking into the overlanding stuff. That I think it starts in Berkeley Springs, and it goes basically down the west side of the Blue Ridge.
Okay.
Crosses south and comes back up through like GW, and like it's listed as like a 4-day trip.
That'd be awesome.
And like that's the stuff I want to do. I want to do like multi-day.
I've got one from the. It's a BDR trail. I've got it saved in Gaia. It's a PA loop. What's it called? It's called. That's the wrong button. Saved. PA Wilds BDR. It's a loop.
Okay.
I don't know how long it is, but it's a pretty damn big loop. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff, and that's like one of the reasons like the Ozarks is really high on my trip list.
Yeah,
because like I know the Ozarks has a ton of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out and doing more, and Sean is pushing me hard to come down more and start working with him. Which I would love to. I just have to find more weekends and more availability.
I have no idea how to like get this to you, but that's.
Oh, I can.
That's.
I'll do it. I'll do it after we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy. It's actually super easy to send stuff on Gaia.
Yeah.
I sent Freddie all the stuff for the Cove trip coming up because he's helping guiding the Cove.
Yeah. That's one thing I need to do is like I had a good conversation with Sean about like GMRS and different comm stuff today.
Yeah, something I need to dive into because I know absolutely nothing about comms.
It's not nearly as like typical government shit. They make it more complicated or sound more complicated than it is. Mm-hmm. Basically, if you like to get a private GMRS license, it's $80, covers you for 10 years.
Damn.
And it covers you basically every radio you own for you, your friends, and family to use.
That's cool.
So like, if I go out and get my license and go buy 10 of the Midland handhelds, I put my license number in. Like when you program that Midland, you put your number in, and so it transmits on your license essentially.
That's cool.
And then I can hand 9 radios out, and everybody can use them freely.
And the Midlands are cheaper than the Ruggeds that we bought, I assume.
Yeah. Well. So, and that's the thing is like Rugged's gotten away from, so the reason the old Ruggeds, this can be a whole nother episode, but like the Ruggeds we have are UHF VHF. That's ham radio. That's a completely different set of frequencies. And that's why that was such a gray area at the time. And like, if you look through Rugged stuff now, they only sell GMRS.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They like the UHF VHF is just mobile for like race teams and stuff. Everything is going GMRS because it's easier to use. It's a dedicated set of channels, so you don't have to worry about like what frequency are we on, all that crap. The licensing is so much simpler. Like it's all around better.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed Gaia. I enjoyed being out in the woods. Like the overlanding stuff is just so much of a more fun way to get out in the woods.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so much more accessible. And one thing, like with the upcoming trip to the Cove, I've talked to Freddie about this because he's helping me guide. Roush Creek has raised their prices.
Yep.
The Cove has raised their single day prices.
Yep.
$40. I mean, what's an extra $10? But they were $30 for a single day. Now they're $40 for a single day.
Yeah.
But that adds up.
Yeah.
So like,
well, it's like I said before when we were talking about it. Like, the rock crawling to me is always fun.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had a bad day rock crawling. Overlanding can get boring. It can rain. The weather can be shit. You can have issues. Like, I had fun on our trip.
Yeah.
But to me, like, that was more of a camping trip than it was an off-roading trip.
Well, that's how I look at the overlanding trip is like doing more adventuring and camping in different places with different scenery.
And
that's what I'm looking forward to.
I want to keep doing the rock crawling stuff as much as we can. And like, I think the less we do it the easier the rock crawling will be.
Yeah.
Right? Because it isn't 3-4 days at $40 a day. It's maybe 2 days.
It's what gas and food costs.
Right.
Like between the two of us, you guys bought the food for $20.
Something like that, yeah.
I bought the beer for $20.
Yeah.
I put a full tank of gas in.
Yeah.
That did the whole trip down and back.
Yep.
And you probably put 4 tanks of gas in because you were feeding your oil system too.
Yeah. Actually, I did not have as much in there as I usually do. Usually I'm good for like a legit 5 gallons.
Jesus Christ.
It was only like 3.5 gallons, so
That's
we were
good.
good. Yeah.
How many 5-gallon Home Depot buckets do you have full in your garage?
Currently?
Fire hazard.
3?
Nice. That's not horrible.
bad. I got to figure out a way to get them down to the shop and dump them. But
You need one of those.
I need to fix the truck.
You need one of those oil heaters in the shop, and you just start pouring that shit in there.
Funny story about that. One, they're crazy expensive, so
I'm sure they
was
are.
not worth it. Like the cheapest used oil heater is like $30,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like from a long term standpoint, they're great, but the maintenance is a nightmare. And like as much used oil as I have, it still isn't enough.
Yeah.
However, Carrie had a coworker who does have a used oil heater in his shop. And when I was running the shop here, I'd send her to work with just gallons of used oil every couple months. She'd pass it off to him. He'd dump it in his tank and send the containers back. And one winter, he comes into her office and goes, I don't know what oil your husband's getting, but that stuff heats really good.
Was it your diesel?
Oh, it had to be. I don't know what else it would have been. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's because I just basically gave you straight kerosene.
Just pure energy.
just pure fuel. Just heat. It's literally heat oil. It's just black because it came out of a diesel motor.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, I don't know what else we got for this one.
I don't know.
Great.
Yeah,
It was a great trip.
adventures.
I was surprised with how quick it came together.
Well, I think that's the other benefit is like the logistics are so simple.
Yeah, I had a 30-minute phone call with Sean, and that was to plan the route home,
Right.
which we didn't end up doing.
And the more we know, the less planning is going to be involved because we're just going to know the routes and be like, let's go this way today.
Yeah, and I've got them all saved on my phone now, and I've got the old route, the route that we didn't take saved, and I've got the route that we took saved, and I got breakfast spots, and we got that hamburger joint and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting out more and doing more of it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think my overall focus is going to switch to the overlanding, but just keep and maintain a rock crawler.
That's pretty much where I'm at. My Jeep is in the maintain mode.
Yep.
Like I need to do pinion seals and diff fluid.
Yep.
And probably an oil change because I don't know when that was done. But yeah, it's just if I break something, hopefully it's my rear axle because you owe me a rear axle now.
I owe you a rear axle?
Yeah, I gave you my tons because you said you were going to give me your 8.8.
That's not an owe you. It's you're getting my rear axle.
Yeah, so you owe me a rear axle when mine breaks.
Yeah, but that makes it sound like I have to come up with one. Like
Well, you do.
If you break your rear axle, all we have to do is unbolt it out of my Jeep.
Yeah, and then you got to put your tons in.
Yeah, which I'm going to keep it leaf sprung. So
it's pretty easy.
I'm in the same boat. I got to build the axles out, but I got to put the motor together first.
Yeah.
By the end of this year, it will be tonned.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
You're having a kid.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be at the shop. What do you think I'm going to do all day? That's been my plan for months.
Worry about the shop?
No. They're actually pretty good without me these days.
There you go. How long are you taking off?
Officially, none. Unofficially, as much as I want.
That's fair. I guess it's your business.
Yeah. So I realistically, I won't be able to stay away for an entire week.
Fair.
I anticipate at least a week, and after that week, I'm gonna get itchy, and I'm gonna have to pop down for an afternoon and be like, oh, okay, you guys are good, I love you, bye. and that's my whole. One of the reasons it's been as slow as it has is my plan has been for July after he's born is that's how I'm gonna force myself to be home.
Yeah.
To be here to help, but also still be productive. I have everything I need to put that together.
That's good.
So once the motor's together and it runs again and I clean up all that wiring, then it's the axles are going to get dragged in, cleaned up. Everything's going to get cut and welded off, or all the brackets will get cut off. Like, and then I can start building the axles out.
Yeah, I've been in maintenance mode for a while, and it's actually a pretty good life. You do the trails that you know you're not going to break on, but they're still tough enough.
Yeah.
And then you just put it on the trailer, drive it home, and park it.
Yeah.
And then you do it again in like 4 months when someone else plans a trip or asks you to go wheeling.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, that's what's happening this weekend is Blue Mountain Jeep Alliance hit me up about February. Hey, we want to do a cove trip this year. Can you help us put it together? And can you guide? And I scrambled to find a guide. Luckily, we met Freddie.
Yep.
Who knows the cove well enough, and it just came together. And I don't plan on doing. That seems to be the trend in the community though. Is everyone's kind of stepping away from big events, like the social media people.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of stepping away from big events and just kind of going more fun and.
Yeah, I think the overlanding concept has definitely inspired people to do more adventure trips.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how and what Ultimate Adventure turns into.
I think it'll stay the same. I think it's such a big thing, and it's got to stay the same pretty much.
Yeah, but like, will we see more? I don't want to call them sanctioned events, but like planned events that are similar.
Well, we had the one planned that I planned years ago.
I'm talking on like a bigger scale. Like, so like you've got like things like Trail Hero, right? Where like they're one big event every year.
Oh, like a gambler, but with like actual like overlanders or whatever.
Yeah. Because like Onyx is doing that whole build challenge on YouTube with Bleepin' Jeep and Dirt Lifestyle Nate, like
God, he's everywhere. Dirt Lifestyle Nate is literally everywhere.
And Mischief Maker, like they're all doing the build challenge, and like the winner's going Ultimate Adventure, and the whole challenge is based around the style of Ultimate Adventure, adventure wheeling, and like I do see that happening because like we're starting to get more events like that, where like the Great American Crawl and Trail Hero and all these things are becoming these traveling events, but they're to a park.
Yeah.
And like I think the rock crawling world is stepping up rapidly, where it's coilovers and 42s.
Yeah.
Where like overlanding is still accessible to the normal DIY Jeeper. So
yeah. Maybe that's just what we're seeing now though, because that's what we're doing. We've kind of stepped away from the rock crawling stuff, but we saw it with our buddy James. I want James to be on the show eventually too.
Yeah,
is he fell in head first? Now he had a nice mild TJ.
Yeah,
and now he's got an LS swap.
Right, but I
think it might be supercharged.
Yeah,
tons and sticky.
And him and his buddy are going to Cletus's place and doing burnout contests at LS Fest.
Yeah, he's gone full mullet rock crawler.
Right. And like,
which is legit. That shit's awesome.
I love it. I'm not knocking it by any means, and I think it's great. But I think that social media influence, where everybody's just gone huge,
balls to the wall.
It's just everybody out there that does rock crawling.
Well, it's because the way you get noticed.
Well, yeah. Well, and I get it. Like, but I think that does turn off a lot of the average Jeepers. Like, we sit here like literally doing this not semi, but like I do this professionally, and I'm struggling to build and maintain a full rock crawler, right? Like Mike at Bull Run, right? Like he had a massive Jeep that he sold,
massive Jeep, yeah,
and it's same deal. Like when like the group chats and stuff we have with other shops, we're always like people are always talking about it. Every shop owner in that chat has a massive project on jack stands.
Yeah.
Like it's not an easy build to do. Your 2.5 inches and 35s is an easy build. Like you can do that in a weekend with a case of beer and a buddy.
The weekend overlander wheelers.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you can go run the flagpoles, the Peters Mills, the Potts Mountains. Like you can run all those public trails, and you don't have to go to the Great American Crawl and Big Dogs and all these parks and do all these massive things.
Yeah, I should look at talking to Sean and setting up that Harper's Ferry to like Todd Lake.
Yeah, it'd be a good one.
Because he said he wanted to. We had the plan to come up here, do a podcast, run it for like 2 nights, and then come back home.
I mean, is that a 2-day trip though?
Probably. It's like 150 miles at 30 miles
Round
an hour,
trip.
one way.
One way?
Yeah,
Really?
30 miles an hour. Yeah.
That's true. I guess yeah.
So that's like a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the next one because I mean Harper's Ferry is right over the river.
I mean, if it's flagpole or easier, I mean, I'll still take the truck. Like I'm not taking the truck.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, it's the only reason I'm hesitant on the truck now is I want to be able to do harder trails.
Yeah,
like the fact that it did the go-to trail for
like the
our local
Virginia pilgrimages to Flagpole Knob, and it did it without thinking.
Yeah, like that's awesome, and it's only going to get easier. But like, I'd love to do Trans-American Trail. I'd love to fucking.
Oh, yeah, so you're talking about like harder and like lengthwise and like more demanding on not the
way
vehicle equipment, but like the stocked equipment.
Right. Partly that, but also like the way I look at it, like we want to run the Rubicon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great to load up a trailer and take our rock crawlers to the Rubicon, but wouldn't it be easier to hop in our Overlanders and that we don't need hotels, we don't need all camping gear's there, like we don't have to take it out of the truck, put it in a rock crawler, like you know, we can just go overland.
Yeah, we could
out there.
You can jump in your vehicle tomorrow and just do it.
Right. Like it might not be overlanding, but if you have an overland rig and you take it on the highway, your highway trips just get that much easier, more comfortable, and cheaper. You know, find a KOA for a night versus a sketchy Motel 6.
Walmart parking lot is even cheaper. They don't work for ground tents, I don't think.
Yeah, it'd be a little tough. Yeah, not trying to snuggle with you, I'm the skinny guy, but
oh no, I'll be in my Taj Mahal.
You're gonna do a ground tent at the Walmart parking lot?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, all right,
dude, I am legit trash.
All right, so we're just gonna have to plan our trip around the states that have reciprocity with Virginia's concealed carry.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
but yeah, like that's where my thought is. Like, if I can have a vehicle, I can hop in, drive across the country, spend a week in Moab, and drive it home without having to tow a trailer out. Like, cool.
Well, that's what I'm so excited for about Hammers. Is everyone's like,
yeah.
Hammers, you can't bring like an Overlander to Hammers. I'm like, but that's the perfect environment for it.
Yeah.
Because I can drive it across country. I can get to the obstacles and I can watch people break their shit. Oh. And then I can drive my shit home.
I can guarantee you if the YJ is running, even if it's still on its shitty axles, I'm towing it to Hammers.
Oh, and it's going to roll a few times.
I hope so.
Put a better cage in it, please. I don't want to lose my friend.
It's got a cage.
Put a better cage in it, please.
Okay. I'll put the harness.
Your family style cage is not going to save your life.
It's
or
not
your
my sport cage.
Your sport cage. Yeah, even worse. Is not going to save your life.
That's all right. I need an excuse to buy a tubing bender.
There you go. Yeah. I think that's all we got.
Yeah.
Check out our shit, DirtNerdsOffroad.com. Check out our stuff.
Yep.
Dirt Nerds Offroad on Instagram and Facebook. DirtNerds Motors on Instagram and Facebook. You know where we're at, the Dirt Drive.
Like and subscribe.
Share with your friends, please.
Yeah. So we can go to Hammers and make cool content.
If you have not already, rate us on whatever whatever platform you're listening to on.
Yeah.
Hopefully a 5.
Please.
But be true to yourself.
No.
Well, you're true to yourself is also a 5 because you've been listening for this long.
Yeah. If you've made it this far, you're probably giving us a 5. If you're not going to give us a 5, just maybe hold off until you feel like giving us a 5.
Because we will get better. This is episode 56, 57?
Sure, somewhere
58,
around there.
I don't know.
The studio's coming, the video's coming.
The video is coming. I've been practicing. We are doing video, but it's not getting released yet. I'm just working on putting it all together and looking professional because I don't do this for a living.
Yet.
Hopefully soon. That'd be legit. I got to reach out to a few more sponsors, hopefully, and see if we can get some more stuff.
Yeah,
check out all of our sponsors.
Wants to be a sponsor.
Shout out to Rocktrix Wheels. Use the code DIRTDRIVE for 5% off. Adam's Driveshaft. Use code DIRTDRIVE for, I think it's 15% off.
Oh, and I mean, this doesn't correlate with the actual calendar week that we're in, but shout out to Adams for overnighting and rescuing Terra Overland and overnighting us a Driveshaft.
Yeah, Adams is legit. Check them out if you guys need anything.
Go to.
Yeah, and they invited us in their facility in Vegas and
they're fantastic.
Toured us around. We got to hang out with all the guys. It was amazing. And customer service is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Check out our sponsors. Check out our website. I've been hounding Trevor because he is the merch guy. I know nothing has been put up yet. Please send him angry messages so he puts shit up, because we have a lot of cool designs thanks to PJ. My favorite one is the flower.
No, that's not going on the site.
Oh, that's got to go on the site.
It's not going on the site. If you want the hidden sticker that shall not be named,
it'll be like
reference the podcast and a message to specifically DirtNerds Off-Road's Instagram. The DirtNerds Off-Road Instagram
is run by Trevor.
If
he does not respond, I will hit him.
Send him an angry message and tell him you want the sticker that shall not be named.
Yeah, the flower sticker.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, we all know. And it is an amazing sticker. It will not be for public sale.
Yes. Yet.
Until
everyone asks for one.
Yeah.
What else? We have a Kill All Jeep sticker and shirt that I've been hounding him to get up, which I love. It's in a great font.
Yep. The Anti-Jeep Club.
Anti-Jeep Jeep Club, and the actual
still our best-selling vehicle.
Anti-social social club font.
Yep. Freshly redesigned. And and the new Dirt Drive logo.
The new Dirt Drive logo, yeah.
The new Dirt Drive logo. That came out a few weeks ago, I think, officially. But
yeah, I don't know if I've posted it anywhere yet. That was in Leah's picture that I posted on Instagram. But that's all we got, guys. I appreciate you listening. We appreciate you listening. Much more to come, and we will see you guys next week. Please don't talk to me.
Are you enjoying this podcast? Do you want more ridiculousness from the Dirt Nerds? Check out DirtNerdsOffroad.com. It'll link to all of our social media, as well as our YouTube page, and you can pick up some sweet merch to help support the podcast and other adventures.